Hey everybody,
Hi, everyone.
welcome to the June update for Full Ecology. This is an amazing time when we find ourselves in twin pandemics, the viral one and the pandemic of racism in our social ecologies. Arguably one of the most, if not the most, horrific expression of how out of balance we are in our human ecologies, our social ecologies. Part of what brought us to full ecology was that we realized that if we're not working on these ecologies here and here, we're not going to be of much use in correcting issues that we've brought on ourselves, like climate change. And so Gary and I have been thinking in particular about what has become an important observation, and that is that environmental justice is social justice.
Yeah, I think it's helpful to take us back again to how grounded our social ecologies are in natural ecologies. We are an expression of life on Earth, and so it would make sense that we would benefit from the same kinds of strategies for thriving that nature does. And prime among those strategies is connection, is an interdependence that yields a community of individuals much stronger than just disparate individuals. So at any time, we're reminded again with all the racism and the racial unrest going on, anytime we sever off or objectify a part of the human culture, we weaken and make more vulnerable the entire community. This is something we really need to take a very close and honest look at.
Yeah, so Full Ecology does provide something, a really powerful platform for when we get baffled. And this is baffling, particularly for white people. We don't like it, but we don't have to live it directly. We don't get up every morning having to live on the receiving end and make our way through again in this very, very dangerous situation that has been set up as the way our society functions. So it's good that we're in the position of questioning this. So what does Full Ecology have to say about this? We find ourselves looking back to Gary's work in the recent book, 8 Master Lessons of Nature. And as Gary was just saying, the first lesson of the natural world, where we can turn even when we're the most baffled to find guidance. The first lesson is connection. We are all connected. And that made me think about survival of the fittest. You know, when you were talking about when you objectify anything in the
Right.
way of our what we've inherited in the separation myth,
Right.
it just never was. Even in Darwin's words, it wasn't.
Right. I mean, subject object thinking, mechanistic thinking, it was an artificial device developed by the human mind in order to study things. But it became so popular and overwhelmingly a part of every institution that we're a part of even today, that it was the gateway to objectifying not just the natural world, Earth itself, and therefore control it and take what we will of it, but also objectifying women, objectifying people of color. And so that asking, looking at our own habits, what we've inherited as far as our philosophical underpinning, our intellectual underpinning, is really critical right now so that we cannot be driven by these forces that run often unseen and unconscious in our daily lives.
So full ecology gives us really clear ways to stop and look at who we think we are and whether that story is accurate. One of the things we know from evolutionary biology is that two things have really predicted human success as a species. First is our we cooperate. You wouldn't know it by the headlines, and we've said that before, but we cooperate. That's how we got here. The second thing is that we are diverse. We have variety within our species. Every single person sees the world from a different angle. This, when you come from separation thinking, from the separation mythology, can set us up to be at odds with each other, which is never true. We must support one another, respect one another, love one another. And if we don't, our species is not viable. Do not believe me. Do not believe us. Check that out for yourself. But that's part of what full ecology is asking us, and it's part of what's gotten us into this mess with our climate. We've acted as if we're superior to that. And then as if humans within the species are superior to other humans. Super bad habit.
Yeah, life in general, all life and living systems put a premium, including humans, on resilience. How do we become resilient? That's a question that philosophers have been wrestling with for forever. How can we go through hard times and come back even stronger? Well, the resilience depends on what Mary was just talking about, and that's diversity, that's variety. There is no more foolproof predictor of resilience in a natural system than how much variety it contains, and that's absolutely true of human systems as well. So every time we build walls against some group within that human system, we compromise
Yes.
the resilience of the entire system, especially in very difficult times like we face now with climate change.
So along the list of the 8 master lessons, there's the lesson of age or elderhood. Do not be fooled by your age. You may be of an age that could qualify as elderhood, but you may be quite younger than that. Pay attention to the people who are older, but pay attention also to the older voices in you, the wise voices in there. Take a look and see if you can find them. You know what's the wisest. And it is a matter of practice now for all of us in this species to find ways to connect with one another, not to isolate anymore, to connect with one another toward repairing our social ecologies. And when we repair those, social justice, as we work diligently to repair those, we also repair our environment. When you have honor and stewardship of the environment, you're far more likely to have honor and stewardship of the relationships you have with other people, no matter how different they might appear.
As you go forward into the coming month, you might want to consider a question that's really quite anchored in the natural world. The natural world is about life making conditions favorable for more and more varied life. So as we go forward, why not ask ourselves, is this thing I'm about to say, is this thing I'm about to do, helping create the conditions from which there can be a greater flourishing of life across all people? Or is it a more separate thinking kind of thing that I'm taking on here, which will divide me or divide others from me out of fear or anger? We really have the reflective thinking skills, as Mary has talked about so many times, to adjust, to align, to be in harmony with that which is most innate in us and most innate about life on Earth.
We will be going deeper into all of this with you in a live chat. We're still doing this monthly live chat for no cost as we continue to pilot it. We will be on our Facebook page for a live chat on June 2nd at 6 o'clock Mountain Time, so you can do the math from there. We will look forward to thinking together with you and taking ourselves further on this topic signified by social justice being environmental justice and vice versa. You'll be able to get to that video if you aren't able to join us for the chat across the month. They're on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel, which you're seeing now as you watch this update. Boy, be in touch. We benefit so much from your comments and your insights. You can connect with us
At connect@fullecology.com. It's that simple.
and also at our website, fullecology.com. All right, everybody. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take particular care listening, and being open to changing what you think is true. Thanks so much for your commitment to taking care of one another and extending that care and repair to our planet. Thanks so much for being with us.
See you next time.
Bye for now.
Bye.